I just got back from my interview with Maria, and I am so excited to share this with you. So she was initially making about $22,000 a year, and in just a few years, she was able to grow her income to a business that has generated over $1.4 million in sales. It is so impressive. She's telling you about the journey, the things she went through, the concrete things she did to be able to get to that point. And also what she's talking about is the mindset of an entrepreneur versus an employee. And also, you guys, so many shocking things were revealed in this interview, including how she used to be on The Flavor of Love. Oh my God, I had no idea. As you will see in this video, took me totally by surprise, so you can hear about all of those things, and stay tuned to the end of this video and I'll tell you more about what's coming up next. And if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like it, share it, and also if you want to continue to support me in making these videos, you can sign up for my Patreon team. There's more stuff about that also at the end. So here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah, let's do this.
This is happening.
I'm here talking with Maria, who is so cool and inspiring because she quit her.
You're so sweet. You're inspiring.
You're inspiring as well. We are actually here in a center that she built in Chiang Mai, the Entrepreneurship Center, which is a fabulous place that you need to check out if you're here in Chiang Mai. But right now we are talking about her journey and that process of becoming an entrepreneur, which you are, and it's obviously why you want to start this center.
How did that happen?
How did that happen? She was a flight attendant.
Yeah, I'm still a flight attendant.
And you're still a flight attendant.
Many people that live here, people that are my coworkers, they're like, how are you still a flight attendant?
I didn't even know you were still a flight attendant. This is news to me. She said I'm still a flight attendant. My jaw dropped inside, but I kept it up for you guys.
Yeah, I've only flown maybe 7 or 8 times this year. How did it all start? It honestly started a few years ago. I've always wanted to be one of those kids that got a chance to study abroad and just focus on school and education. And so this program was going to allow me to go to France. I was so excited, but I couldn't. The
flight attendant program.
No, not the flight attendant. This is just how I became an entrepreneur.
Okay.
I was a flight attendant making about $1,500 a month.
Okay.
And at my max, $2,000 a month. And Desmond would always like joke.
Now, is that after tax? I hope that's at least after tax.
That's after tax.
Okay.
Yeah, that's after tax because it was like $500 on the first of the month and $1,200 on the 16th of the month. So it's not a lot of money. And Desmond would always joke with me, you need to find something else. You know, you make $2,000 a month and you're gone 22 days a month. And so when you look at your time, I really wasn't valuing it. But I didn't think I was smart enough to do anything cool and techie because software has never been on my side. And coding, I don't have the patience.
And by the way, that's so sad. And like, I think that's also very relatable, right? A lot of people who think like, well, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
You know, like I'm a flight attendant.
Doing code. I didn't get a college education. Like I dropped out in my last year due to a family emergency. So I couldn't find my niche, even though Desmond's like super techie.
Her boyfriend, fiance.
Yeah,
actually. Let me change that.
That's such a weird word. I call him my sugar bear, so it's my sugar bear.
Her sugar bear.
My sugar
AKA
bear. That's
fiance.
how everyone knows him here. But yeah, so always broken. We were going through a difficult time where we basically only had $2,000 coming into our household to pay all of our bills. I mean, his clients put him on a net 90, means Desmond would do the work today and then he would get paid 90 days later.
That's rough.
So that was rough on us. So one day I was like, well, I want to go study abroad. I need $300. And Desmond was like, well, if you come and work with me and help me and spend less time on the plane flying, remember I was spending 22 days a month gone just to make $2,000, less than that actually. I said, okay, I don't know what you do.
That was going to be my question. What is he doing that he needs help?
At the time, at least for the first 6 months that we were dating, he always used to tell me, I'm doing what I don't want to do now so that I can do what I want to do one day. And at the time, we didn't really understand what that was. And now, 8 years later, we see that that's a gap business. So you have these mountain peaks. You've got this peak of the mountain, this peak of the mountain. And sometimes to get to where you want to be, maybe your revenue goal or income goal, whatever that is, you've got to go through this valley. So from one peak to the next. So you need a gap business to help sustain you until you get to the next peak. So we didn't realize it, but he was working on a gap business and I needed a gap business because I didn't like the little peak I was sitting on.
Right.
I helped Desmond, and I was selling, he was doing one-on-one consultations, giving people, you don't have people say, oh, I'm a life coach. I help people, become a better version of themselves. What does that really mean, though? Like when people say, oh, I'm going to help you with your business and get you to the next level. What level is that? And what level am I on now? Because no one else uses the E5 framework that we use to really figure out, as an entrepreneurial person, where are you in this stage? And that's the framework we have over there, stage 0 through 5. So we were really in vehicle discovery mode, which is stage 2. And Desmond was doing consultations, helping people, like, here's your task checklist for this week.
So he wasn't doing life coaching. He was doing like entrepreneurial plans.
Business.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if you're doing this business today, that business tomorrow. Business fundamentals, like, this is how you start a business.
So you started working with him on the coaching.
He was coaching, I was selling the service.
Okay.
And he says, if you help me sell these, I will give you the $300 for your study abroad deposit. I was selling him at $250 an hour.
Right.
We made over $30,000, and I just felt like I got ripped off. I only got $300.
I'm like, that's a terrible deal.
I was like,
taking a percentage.
At that point, I was like, we need to re-strategize things. So we did everything over, and I said, okay, I need to start a business because I need to have more than 300. I mean, I don't even know if that was.
It was a good deal for Desmond.
It was a great deal.
Sugar Bear made out pretty well.
He made out so well, but he also inspired me because I've always been an entrepreneurial person, but I was never an entrepreneur. And people get that mixed up a lot of times. You find a lot of entrepreneurial people out here that are in network marketing, or they have something that they're always working on, but they can never really get it to turn over and produce any type of cash. Well, they can't get it to turn over and produce any cash because they don't have the business education and that stuff.
Right.
So once I figured that out, I downsized the amount of time I was giving to the airline that I currently fly for, and I started spending more time working with Desmond, trying to figure out. I think it was an interview I saw with one of Puff Daddy's ex-girlfriends, where she said, there's no way I'm gonna be dating this man for 8 or 10 years and not pick up some business sense.
First of all, this is embarrassing. That, like, you're taking tips from Puff Daddy's ex. But that sounds like valuable advice. But wait, which one was this? Was it an ex?
I think it was like Nicole or somebody. Basically, all she was trying to say is, if I'm dating this entrepreneurial person, and if we sever ties at some point, it would be so stupid of me to not pick up and learn.
Right.
Like if people
they did sever ties. So
yeah,
it's a
they
good thing
did. It's a good thing. And like
that.
Sugar Bear was getting paid $250 an hour. I'm basically getting paid minimum wage. Why wouldn't I pick up some of the nuggets he's dropping?
Right.
So I just made a commitment
also,
to like.
It shows for people the company you keep
Oh
also
my gosh.
matters.
You have
right?
to.
So she's hanging out with Sugar Bear.
I'm hanging out with Sugar Bear, and I'm
making
like
$250 an hour.
I was like, if I can just memorize everything he's saying, and I repeat it, then I can make $250 an hour.
But now you guys actually have a different business as well.
It's kind of grown. So like the stuff that we'll be teaching here at the Entrepreneurship Center is going to be based on some of those strategies and courses that we were doing before. Because for me to join someone's program, I need measurable results.
Sure.
Like you need to show me, where am I starting at? Because a lot of people, we think we don't know what we don't know. And so we just don't know. And so if you tell someone, they're like, oh yeah, I'm one to say, no, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
And so with Sugar Bear, he'll test you.
Humility is important with that too. The
So
ability
important.
to say, no, I don't know. I don't understand.
I don't know what
explain
that
it to
means.
me. And I think what's interesting about you guys, so obviously you here at the Entrepreneurship Center, you have services that you're going to offer to teach people how to be entrepreneurs, take them through steps. But what I really like about you guys is that you have a business that is also thriving independent of selling courses
Absolutely.
on creating a business.
A lot of people, they sell these courses on how to start a business or
But their business is selling courses on business.
and see, those were some of the objections that we were getting when people were signing up with Desmond. Now granted, he did one speech, made $30K, and we were like, woo, we can move to Midtown. But what we realized is some of the objections, some people, they have a hard time taking information from the messenger because they're sizing up the messenger.
Yeah.
Oh, well, your shoes are not nice, your clothes are not nice, I don't see any red bottoms on. And so then
That's because you know how to spend money properly. She's not spending money on the red bottoms and the fancy clothes.
No.
They built a center here in Chiang Mai.
You're so funny. So this center is really supposed to be like a productivity studio for self-employed people. It's a workspace that you can come to and you can produce content either by sitting at the computer and developing it, typing it out, or recording it, getting audio stuff, or even doing a presentation or a keynote. Desmond and I will not be the only instructors here.
Yeah.
We're looking for other people that are really strong in just one avenue of business or service, and they can teach here.
I love it.
Because that's what we don't have. We don't have enough places where we can come and produce content, whatever that content is.
And I want to tell people about the business that you run, so that it's also that they understand about the other things that you do that are also working and successful. So another thing that you guys do is that she has obviously experience being a flight attendant, and you leverage that experience to start a business surrounding flight attendants and pilots, where you sell
access to
hotel rooms and things like this.
Absolutely,
to that
for
market.
Discounted rates.
Right.
So when most pilots and flight attendants are hired, they live in one city or state, and they're based where they actually work is in another city or state. So I lived in Atlanta, Georgia, but I was shipped off to New Jersey to work, or to San Francisco to work. And I'm not moving to San Francisco. Do you know how much it costs to live in San Francisco?
Yes, I do.
Oh,
I was in LA.
A 2-bedroom was $37.50. I'm sorry, the way my bank account is set up and currently set up, $37.50 is not happening. So what we allow crew members to do is, you can still live at home. You can still keep your kids in school. You can keep that beautiful house with the white picket fence if you want to. But when you come into your base, you can rent a room for the night for $25, and it's a great.
It's huge.
There were 2 years where I had to sleep in the airport, or ask friends if I could sleep on their couch, because I didn't have a place to live. Now imagine this, you have a pilot or a flight attendant, before they start their trip, they're sleeping on someone's couch or a floor before they get on the plane, which means your pilots could have slept on someone's couch or in a chair at the airport before they flew the plane.
Doesn't make you feel good.
Don't make me feel good either. And so I love what we do, because now people are getting quality sleep. They're washing themselves, and they're not in the bathroom, cleaning up the essentials.
Right.
And so this
Cleaning up
service
the
is a need.
essentials.
I think a lot of people, they hate their job, and they leave their job without a plan.
Right.
So I didn't leave my airline before I really secured some other type of income coming through.
And we're going to talk about that in actually another chat and go into more details about that. But I wanted to make sure you guys knew that they actually do have a thriving business that's doing well. I'm not going to put her business in the street and throw out any numbers, but
No, this business keeps me working. When we decided, we've been traveling for 3 years, and we've been going to other places. Desmond does a series called Going Global, and we go and find other entrepreneurs in either India, in Chile, in Tokyo. We went to Egypt. We go to all these places to see, okay, if you were to land in this country, like let's say Dubai, for example, what type of business could you start there? What could be extremely profitable, and what's going to give you lower margins but to still sustain your cost of living? And so we did this series, and it was great. And I said, you know what, I'm getting tired of going back and forth. Let's just stay abroad. And so that's how we ended here. We traveled to many countries, and we chose this place, Chiang Mai. You can be a vegan, which
Yes.
I love. And you can just clean up your diet and just live good and feel good. And it's not that I hate any countries. A lot of people, they bash their home country. I'm not bashing my home country. I love my home country. But
there's some good food there too. I love our home country.
I love our kale at home. But I do love being able to work as a location independent person. Now, we do have brick and mortar businesses in the States. We have a car sharing business that we run, and we have the lodging business. Now, the lodging business keeps me up from 8 p.m. at night in Chiang Mai till 8 o'clock in the morning.
Which, by the way, is another thing, that running a business is not always necessarily glamorous.
It's not.
Like even getting a hold of her,
It's hard.
like certain hours.
It's so
She's
hard.
working on U.S. time.
And I'm so sorry. It's like I hit the bed at 8:30 in the morning, and I am out till like 3 p.m.
Yeah.
And so anytime before that, I'm just like dark bed. Oh. But no, I'm so glad that you were so accommodating.
Yes, no, of course, I'm happy to be here with you. I appreciate your time, because you have so much valuable information to share, and I'm so fascinated
Well, here's
by
the
your
thing.
story, because it's so practical, right? She had this job, she's a flight attendant, and by the way, I'm not knocking the flight attendant
I
hustle.
love that job. It's so great.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than putting on thigh-high pantyhose with some high heels, and I don't wear makeup, but for that, I put on the lip gloss and I roll that rollerboard on the plane. I feel so sexy. I really do. I feel so sexy. But then for all my passengers, it's like it's their first flight of the year. It's so fulfilling. And what I love the most about it is when
Do you work in first class? Because that would be really fancy. Like, think you like,
but you know
serve
what?
The hot cookies.
Economy is better because you have more opportunities to get more in-flight boyfriends.
Oh, interesting.
More people to socialize with, to flirt with. So how you doing? So it's so much fun.
So many perks of the job I never considered.
The best perk is when you walk off the plane, you're done working. It's different from when you're running your own business.
Right.
My work goes with me. The reason why I work from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. in the morning is because that lodging business has $50,000 worth of business. I can't afford
in a month.
Each month. And I think once we, in the last 4 years, we've done about 1.6 million in revenue, and these are all like phone sales. So a lot of people here, I notice, they do a lot of internet sales. They put up a landing page, they sell something, or they're in drop shipping. And I respect those. I call those business functions and not business models, because you didn't make the product, you didn't deliver the product. You're just like right in the middle of the transaction.
Yeah.
Which is smart. You have less liability.
Yeah.
But what we do, we created the product, we deliver the product, and we're responsible for it. So when we had the hurricane recently in Miami, our hotel was affected by it. They had no electricity. From Chiang Mai, I have to figure out a way to get pilots and flight attendants, 16 crew members, a place to sleep every night in a city where there's no electricity. So it's tough, and it keeps you on your toes, because $50,000 has to come out of our business bank account before we even make any money. It's only at that extra dollar. And so you start building muscle. Every day these people are meeting me. They're not doing tours of the property. I'm on the phone with them, and I literally have 30 seconds to convince them that they should do business with me. And so there's a strategy behind it. A lot of people, they get on the phone and they just start selling before they even know what the customer wants. Because I can only sell on the phone, I need to find out, 1, are you qualified to buy from me? 2, what are you looking for? Maybe I don't even offer that.
Right.
And so within the first 4 minutes, we're either on or off the phone. So if we can make it past 4 minutes, then we may be doing business.
Then she might seal the deal.
Maybe. But there's a strategy, because we do have a script that we follow. And as long as you know this person's qualified to buy from you, you know what they're looking for, you speak to those points. Hey, I need a place that has 24-hour transportation. I don't need to talk about the free breakfast, the daily housekeeping, and all these other things that are nice to have. They want 24-hour transportation. If I can provide that, I need to tell them that now and get off the phone, because I'm wasting their time.
Right. And your own, where you could be making more sales.
True. So once you find out what they want and you speak to that, you present your product, then, hey, are you ready to buy? And if they give you an objection, you need to understand, are they stalling you? Is it a condition? Do they want to buy, but they just don't have the money in their bank account? You need to isolate why they aren't buying from you, and then represent, and then close.
Now here's my question, because obviously skilled entrepreneur here, lots of tips. Like I said, we're going to have another video where we talk about some other details.
Sorry, I've just been like blah, 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 blah.
I love it. There's a lot. I'm like taking it. I'm like, yes. But now I wonder, because you're from the States, like me, obviously, and I'm wondering about your family and the people in your circle. Like, they see you. Have seen you go from like making currently no money to what you have now. Yeah. I wonder, are they inspired and empowered to start their own businesses? Or is it a case where I think sometimes people can still feel stuck in their own situation? Because that's also something I really want to help inspire people and empower people to know that they can do it. But my concern is that I think sometimes look at other people sometimes look at others and say, oh, well, she could do it, well, because she has sugar bear,
No, people always say that, because I won't say that I'm more entrepreneur. You have different types of people. When it comes to people, you have to think about them and categorize them as far as their mindset is concerned. Are they employee mindset? Are they entrepreneurial mindset? Or are they an entrepreneur? And it's different. Desmond is an entrepreneur. I'm entrepreneurial, and our friends that have employee mindsets, that have a very, very, very low tolerance for risk, we really don't gravitate towards those people.
Yeah.
Desmond needs me as an entrepreneurial person to kind of hold him back from just going all the way in. Because entrepreneurs, they're 150% in, whatever they do. And so Desmond's like, this webinar is good. We need those skills. It's $2,000. typing in the credit card right now.
Right.
And for many years, we just got started on credit cards last year. For the first, I would say 6 or 7 years, all of our business bills were paid through debit cards. See, a lot of people try to front and they try to leverage, grants that don't exist and loans and credit cards. We don't. It's always been paid with a debit card, which is not always the best idea because we could have been building business credit.
But at the same time, you could also be building debt.
True. So with Desmond being an entrepreneur, sometimes he needed me to hold him back. But because I'm entrepreneurial, see, I started way before Desmond. And this is not a strike on his part, but my dad used to bring flowers home and I was 6 or 7 years old, and I was with a mop bucket, flowers in the mop bucket, rolling it down the street, going door to door selling those flowers.
That is hilarious.
Selling chocolates. And when I got into high school, I was even a little bit smarter, where I don't know if you guys remember in school you used to have those little plastic strings and you used to make little things for your keychains?
Oh, I do. I used to love that.
I bought every color they had, and then I would give it to my teachers and have them sell it for me in the last 10 minutes of class.
What?
Yes, because candy and the string. I know
you can even do that. She's pimping her teachers.
Look, no, because I was like, the lunchroom's not enough time because I'm a big girl and I like to eat, so we don't want to take away from my lunch. But the teachers, either the first 10 or the last 10 minutes of class, they can sell on my behalf. So I was selling Airheads, all kinds of gum. It's so crazy, but they did that. And so this stuff started.
What cut are you giving the teachers?
They got a 20% cut. The profit margins were high. You got to go to BJ's, Costco. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Lemon Heads, you get these high profit margin things. I know it's so embarrassing, but I did it. And so when Sugar Bear found this stuff is before him, what he did is he helped me elevate. I don't know if you know this. I was on Flavor of Love.
Oh my God.
I know. Most people don't know this. I did the show. I didn't kiss. No, I didn't kiss.
Wait, let me just say, hold on.
I know. It's too much. I know. I'm sorry. Cut. No, she'd be like, Flavor Flav. No. So, all right. So, it's about confidence and what you think you can do.
But wait.
Someone told me.
Did you make out with Flavor Flav?
No, I did not.
Why not?
No. I believe everyone I meet has an STD. Not you guys, though, and not you, but everyone else in the world. Protect yourself. They have an STD. So
Flavor Flav probably has about 15.
Well, no, because before you go on any reality show, they do a drug test, and so they test you for STDs and they test your mental.
So he should be clean then.
He's clean. I'm clean too, and all the other crazy wackos are clean. But all I'm saying is I had low self-esteem. I used to be super, super skinny, and people kept telling me what I couldn't do, and this guy told me that he was special. And he wanted to break up with me because I wasn't special enough. And what that did is it created me to go out and say, you know what, I'm tired of auditioning for these music videos and my butt's too small, my boobs are too small, I'm Puerto Rican and Jamaican, but I don't speak Spanish. I grew up in Europe, so I speak French, but the kind that you learn in a nightclub when you're trying to get a drink and a phone number at the same time. So it's weird, and people are always telling you what you can't do. My hair is curly, but it's not thick enough to be black girl hair. It's not curly enough to be Hispanic and a Boricua and all that.
Right.
So you're just kind of trying to find your own lane out here, and you're vegan, but you slipped up because you didn't realize that honey wasn't vegan, and so then you got to start all over with your count. So there's just so many things, and you're always trying to find your way. But this day, I said, you know what? Hell with it. 8 hours, I'm hiring a photographer, a makeup artist. They're going to do me up. We're going to get some pictures. I'm going to promote myself. So I started promoting myself and building up my own self-worth. And then I went out there. And so I don't feel like other people are smarter than me. I just think they have more muscle than I do. And so each day that I'm working on these businesses and each day that I'm learning bigger words and my vocabulary is expanding, I feel like I'm building my muscle, and you get more reps and you start to feel more confident. So someone could have $1 million and they could sit there, and someone could have, maybe only $20 in their bank account. You're still, no one's better than the next person.
Absolutely.
You both are building reps, and you always start from zero. We all start from zero, and you just start to get your reps up. And some people are going kind of at a decent pace, and some people are going like this. But the fact that you're still lifting is great. And so this center is supposed to help people with their confidence, because that's what I needed. I wasn't smart enough to code my own website or figure out my own.
That's not smart. That's just a skill.
It's a skill.
Yeah, it's a skill.
But it's a skill that I didn't want to.
I'm just saying, you have to want to learn to code. But
yes.
I'm just saying, not that I wasn't smart enough to code. I disagree. You had no desire to code. And most people don't. right? Like,
and I want to be happy with what I'm doing, and I want to be challenged. If I'm not like Sugar Bear, there's no. I've been dating him since 2009. The only reason why he's lasted this long with me is because he keeps on like, oh yeah, okay, I haven't conquered you yet. He keeps making me want to try more and do more, and he keeps it exciting. And I feel like I'm learning so much by dating him. So I think we both keep each other, because any other guy, in and out in 2 weeks. Or girl for that matter, but I've never been with a girl, so. But it's okay if you've been with a girl. Like, it doesn't really matter. Love is love. Sorry.
We're guys.
We're back. Hey, guys.
This has been the most amazing and unexpected chat I've encountered. We got flavor of love.
Yeah.
We got that she was pimping her teachers in school growing up.
We were all trying to make a profit.
Everyone was hustling, making money. True entrepreneur. This has been amazing. As I said, we're going to post a part 2 where we're going to talk about some practical steps and tips of things to do.
I'll stay on track that time. Like, I'll really be very focused.
No, I've enjoyed this. I enjoyed the surprises. I didn't plan for the flavor of love, and I didn't know about the teacher thing, but I think those were nice surprises. But you know what the flavor of love? If you're entrepreneurial, like, I was able to. Some girls were only making, $250 a day. Granted, you're all making no money. But afterwards, I booked, the cover of a magazine. Okay, and that's $5,000. I book a walkthrough. That's $2,500. And so you try to monetize everything you have going. People are not You have to look at everything you have and start monetizing it. You have a car that you're not driving, put it on Turo. You've got a home that you're gone half the month traveling, put it on Airbnb. We made $10,000 off of our apartment in Atlanta. So I think most people just need to look at what they have and monetize it. Are you really good at taking photos? Take them and sell them to the photographers, or get an agent. Like, people just need to start looking at and valuing themselves. It's true. There is always a way. There's always a path. So you can find it as well. And I hope you enjoyed this chat as much as I did.
Me too. I enjoyed it a lot.
All right. I absolutely loved talking to her. Maybe you can tell from that chat. Wow. So part 2 is going to be coming up. She has so much more information to share. In the second part, we really get into some concrete things you can do to really jumpstart your life, to kickstart things, and to start an entrepreneurial life. And if you are enjoying these videos, you can help support me by joining my Patreon. It's actually a really cool thing because I post 2 videos per week that are just for my Patreon subscribers. Don't post them anywhere else. Special content, videos, exclusive things, behind the scenes tours, all sorts of stuff. Plus, I do monthly giveaways. This last month, I gave away a painting for one of my Patreon subscribers that I got when I was in Myanmar. So there's always something fun and interesting that I try to share, especially for my supporters. So I hope to have you become one of them if you're not already. And if you are already, thank you for being a part of the team. And actually, here's the credits right now for one of my Patreon subscribers who I appreciate even a little extra special. Although I love you all so much. So I appreciate it.